The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
How are you doing today? I wonder, do you really want to get there? In other words, I have created almost 33 millionaire clients, 29 billionaires, 47 years. That's why they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit, billions in credit for clients. Now, I can get you to millionaire, but you're going to have to hold on. In other words, you have to do what I ask you to do. Sometimes I'm going to tell you what to do. Will you listen? Will you turn these up? So me, it's just a gift I have. God gave me the whole pie, the whole pieces, the whole puzzle. And that's why I wrote down years ago, Cash Flow Free Up Your Time in my book 47 years ago, and Financial Freedom. See, time is something we cannot replace, and we're always trying to free it up to do what we really want to do. Now, there's no pictures, there's no recording. There's my little disclosure. Now, let's understand. I'm going to talk about goodies, okay? That's how I refer to them. Me, I didn't get a family or mommy and a daddy as a kid. I just got used and abused, and it sucks. So the only way I can measure if I accomplish a goal is to get the goodie. Now, that's me in 1981. Okay, 1981. I don't realize I can really do something no one else can do. Now, I was just doing this as a kid. I was kicking the door gym at 10. I was kicking the basketball hoop, literally, at Teague Junior High. Registered newspaper took a picture that white boys can jump. So I didn't realize I was really doing something different than anybody else because I just was doing what I could do. That's me, highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth, 1981 at the YMCA in El Toro. So let's understand, I like goodies. See, I didn't like eating out of a trash can. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid, so I wanted it out of hell. I was motivated. Let's see if you're motivated. I basically bought my first Lamborghini at 14 and a half, built my first mansion at 16. I brought my first $1 million in corporate structure at 14 and a half and 2.6 billion at 26. So I don't have any bull give you BS. The reality is I'm going to give you the truth. If you can handle it. Is it easy? No. I've been knocked down a million times. I've been shot 3 times. I've been knifed 6 times, and I'm still here. So I don't have excuses. If you have some, nobody cares anyway. I don't think they really give a, you know what? So let's draw this diagram. Let's take this right here, a tablet, turn it this way, please. Let's understand what I want you to do. I want you to relate to things around you in your city or state. Doesn't matter the city, United States of America, incorporated, by the way. You're going to draw that diagram right now, please. So let's understand. We have an example as a Bank of America owning a branch number, separate tax ID. A corp owning a corporation is called a subsidiary. So you hopefully wrote that down. Let's go to this side over here. Well, what are we looking to do? I don't understand why you didn't learn to play the game to win. That was the name of my first series that came out 47 years ago, Winning the Game of Business. Now, to me, it was just a game as a kid. So here's a corporation with a division of you. You see, you're using your SSN because you signed an SS5 form where you don't realize you signed that as well. So the bottom line is the sheep and the ducks following each other. Now, the bottom line is I want you to think, all right, differently than you ever thought in your life. Write down 3 divisions of me. Write it down. Bank of America has, by the end of this year, shut down over 8,000 locations. That means they've bankrupted branches. They filed a bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. They wiped out the debt, and just like 11 cities have as well, grocery stores and whatever. What happens is they take the money and the assets and they write off on their taxes. You didn't understand a corporation, even to this day. They were designed for one reason, to receive money and not to pay tax till you're profitable. Had nothing to do with protecting you, and I'll show you different ways about that as well. A division of you. So if you want to partner with a business, understand you have to learn how to really play the game to win. I like to win the game of business. So that was my first series anyway. Sam's Club. We can look at Walmart. They were basically in trouble, sued and died a little bit, $55 million. Ow, ow, ow. But they wrote it off. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. So if we think about something, it's like today, when my clients partner with me, I actually make them millionaires and billionaires. But again, if you can't do it my way, I don't want to play with you at all. Isn't that terrible? It's my way or the highway. We have to understand to stop bringing the pain home. We have to be a true CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and we have to change our mindset into millionaire to billionaire. See, I don't think you believe you can receive it. You're 40 to 75 years old. Come on. You're disappointed because you basically did what? Or you didn't take the chance in the right way, or if you did, you brought the pain home. We got to play my way for a while. So we're going to look behind the curtain every time. We're going to dissect it. And we're going to understand how it works. Because like you, some of you have a corporation today. You paid an attorney, CPA, and incorporating service for a piece of paper that was actually free. And most of you use your home address, and then you had to pay the filing fee anyway. Corporations are free in all 50 states. And you didn't learn diddly squat. Sorry, but it's probably true. So if we take the time to look behind the curtain, we can play the game to win. So let's understand. Now, I'm a little kid going to the Torrance Police Department, library next door. Ma'am, what does this mean? You see, I heard a corporation was a legal person. I was 7 and a half. 2 years later, I wrote down the blueprint for success. Now, I got the idea about blueprint because of Joanne. Joanne is a lady I lived with as a kid, being used and abused on Delane Street, 181st Street in Torrance. Now, it's kind of shitty situation. But Joanne worked for NASA. She wired Apollo 9, 11, 13. She was an engineer. So understand, for me, I heard the word blueprint to build something. So I wrote down blueprint for success when I was basically literally 9 and a half years old. I named my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. See, I could see what I want. Okay, ever since I was 4 and asked God, and I challenged even God, they answer and open the doors, and it worked because everything I touch turns $100 million plus. So if I see it and I pray and I believe it, I go to go get it. That's how it works. So I don't know what works for you, but that's what works for me to get to 2.6 billion at 26 corporate structure. The biggest lie you have in your life is the corporation protects you. It does not. See, here's a problem with the corporation. It's on Secretary of State's website. So when they sue the corp, they sue you. If you have an LLC, you go, no, I don't have a corporation, Ray. You call the call centers and people say that all the time. It's like, that just sounds stupid. An LLC is a corporation. So the LLC is why they have that CTA Act now, because they're trying to hide from LLC. Peekaboo, bunch of BS. So we have to understand C or LLC to S Corp. The moment you sign anything on a corporation, you signed it from you, the person. You signed it from you. You use your SSN, which is kind of silly and dumb. But that's just my opinion. When you sign for the car on behalf of the corporation, the building, the credit card, the moment you do anything outside the corp, you pierce your damn veil. And that's the bottom line. You have to understand. If you had 3 divisions of you or divisions of me, they could actually sign those instead of you. Car, building, lease, and even a credit card. So understand today, because the way you do it, it kind of sucks. But I'm going to show you how it works my way, okay? But again, let's understand. I invented division process in 85, 86. All right, the ultimate goal to have all my pieces that I wanted, my shakies, 31 flavors, shopping centers, properties, apartment complexes, duplexes, car washes, laundromats, dry cleaning, and storage units. That's what I've done all my life. I like boring and steady. So you might want to write down boring and steady. That's what I've always done. A division of you uses an SS4. So if you screw up under the Federal Protection Act, you can file a bankruptcy with no intent to do fraud and disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and throw that sucker away while you keep your other good pieces. Your problem is you made yourself the duck and the sheep. I like to rebuild you my way for a while. I mean, come on. You're 40 years old to 70. You screwed up many times, 10 times over, and you brought the pain home how many times? It's ridiculous. And so let's try my way for a while. I'll guarantee you a millionaire at least, okay? If you pay attention. I'm going to rebuild you like Humpty Dumpty. So let's see. Do you want to be a millionaire? Okay? You're all going to say, yeah! I'm going to say, hell no. I'm not a millionaire. The corporations that I work for and I donate my time to are millionaires and billionaires, but not me. I'm not stupid enough to say it's me, because that's kind of stupid, because they want to take it away. Do you want to be a millionaire corporation? Hell yeah. See, how you receive money matters instead of being a duck and a sheep. So foundation structure, let's understand that. Foundation, corporation divisions. What do we look to do? Let's write down today's date. Here's my challenge to you. You write down today's date, you give me 90 working days. In 90 working days, I guarantee to rebuild you. Get you personal business credit, get you a 750 score if you do what you're told to do. I guarantee it in writing. From there, if I screw up, I'll give you the keys to that friggin' Lamborghini. You see, I don't have any bullshit to give you. Oh, when I say that out loud, all right, there's enough BS out there as it is. So in a coaching program, you're stuck with me, by the way. That's just the twin Lamborghinis, part of a 21 car collection. So if I basically coach you and tell you what to do, at the end of the day, you'll reach your goal. Because my way works, your way sucks, in my opinion. But again, your file will be on my desk. That means we're going to go make some money. I like money because I don't have to eat out of a trash can anymore. All right, what is your goal today? I'll bet you have a goal list, don't you? It's a little piece of paper. It's in your phone, wherever it is. See, the problem with a goal list, it's the index of a book. What are the rules and tools and the steps to reach the goal? What are the steps? And that's what you got to focus on. So I'd like your first goal to be with me at $10,000 a month. I'd like to get you a business that we can partner up and buy it together. I'll buy it for you, hand you the friggin' keys, because you're just just screwing things up. All right, how about 50,000? How about 100,000? I believe your first goal should be income based. When I created financial freedom, cash flow for you per time, in my books 47 years ago, page 6, paragraph 3, very simple. It's easy to follow. This is a monthly income. How do we get to the income? Well, first of all, it's like today. You want to make some money? Simple. Refer people to me. All right. If they buy something today, I'll give you 20%. All right. There you go. And there I'll zell to you, your corporation. You can make $1,000 today if you want to. But again, are you willing to do some work? See, half of you, sorry, you're freaking lazy. The other half have to be a little crazy like me to go get it. But it's going to be up to you to play the game to win. I like buckets of money. That's my favorite thing. So let's play. Now let's understand about me. Since I was a little kid, I've had to look in the mirror. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy and a family like you, so I had to look in the mirror, and I always have a mirror with me and say I'm in check. I put myself in check every day. So let's understand, did you do something different yesterday, today, or will you do something tomorrow? I believe you're boring. I believe you have the same damn rerun, and you're not doing a damn thing differently. How's that? So if we understand tomorrow, you get up an hour earlier, you find your me time, your meditation time. That's what I've done since I was a kid. I wake up at 2:25 every day. Now, if we look at certain things like this, it's basically a repo list. Every Monday at 6:12, there's a new list that comes out. Car, boat, house, apartment, complex, duplex. How about we look at the probate list, the divorce list, the bankruptcy list? Maybe you want to sell supply and vendor credit and have an Amazon store or something. Okay. But without the foundation, you can't do it. So let's do this. Corporation, 9 divisions. Write it down. Corporation, 9 divisions. Why would I say 9? Every credit card you get under the Fair Lending Act is entitled to 99 more cards. You're not winning the damn lottery. You're not getting a big enough raise to really start a business. And half we've been stealing from the family, bringing the pain home, and I call that silly and dumb. So we're going to get up to 100,000 of money, checkbook money, all right, blueprint money. You're going to get division money, and we're going to get what? Supply and vendor money. If we do this correctly, within about 36 months, you should have about a $10 million company. What I'm going to tell you in the beginning is we do things together is don't think, just do. The more you think, the more you screw it up. Sorry to say, but it's true. So let's understand. Today, if I take these Wells Fargo lines of credit, this is 300,000, it's 150 each. And I look and I Google $100,000 brand new house in what state? It's going to come with 14 different states. A division is a legal person as well as a corporation. A legal what? It's public record. I'll show you exactly chapter 18. So it means a division and first-time buyers program can buy a piece of property. The down payment's $5,000. Borrow money's not taxable, so let's write that down too. Borrow money's not what? Taxable. So how we grow business is borrow money. So if I buy 3 of these, I can do Section 8, 203K, all right, maybe Freddie Mac or DRS loans, and whatever I want to position, or a real estate office to manage them for me, or nonprofit, whatever we want to do. So what is our ultimate goal? So here we're trying to get to the first 10,000 a month, then 50, then 100,000. This is what I did for myself when I had my 22,000 payphones at 17 and a half years old. I had 19 houses going to auctions, driving my Lamborghini. I went to college. I didn't go to high school. They went to waste my friggin' time. So understand something. Now they told me I could get number 20. They told me no. I don't like the word no. I transfer my property to my divisions. I freedom a loan to value problem. So the problem is I understand when they say no, it doesn't mean no. It means they're stupid. That's how I looked at it as a kid. If I go to Texas, Utah, Arizona, another state, what am I doing? I'm getting buckets of money. If I do my dry cleaning thing, I always wrote the books on that as well. I help clients get into dry cleaning. Already managed by a third party. That's $63,000 a month. If I do the laundromat thing, that's usually $30,000 a month each unit. So we can play again. Remember, I like boring and steady, boring and steady. I don't want to be rich. Everyone of you want to be rich. No, that's BS. What if we had just worked on the income base till we get to 100,000 a month, then 100,000 a week, then a day, then a million? That's what I did. So the bottom line is to play the game and to win. Storage units. All right, he says the storage units are dummy proof. 3 employees through an agency, cameras. I mean, how hard is that to do? You're a damn investor. You're just receiving money. It's kind of easy. But anyway, I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19. From there, gas stations are fun too. So I'm showing you what I do, what I can get you to do, or we can do it together. This means together. That means very simple, automatic income. We're investors. And if I help you build the credit to invest, would you just follow through? It's like when I lost my 22,000 payphones. Well, these replaced them. Nobody needs a payphone unless it's the ones in prison. That's about it. So the reality is, what do I do to replace? Well, California is the capital of EV charging stations. Our governor says we're 1 million short of units. So they're even sponsoring that program. So you could start gathering these as an investor just to make money. Again, I'd like someone to drive you around your city today. You're on the passenger side, and I want you to look around every 6 miles on a busy street. You'll see these things, and I'll ask yourself a question. Pull down that mirror and ask yourself a question. Why the hell don't you own these things? What's wrong with you? I mean, somebody owns them. Why not you? It's your own city. It's where you live. I don't understand. All right, why didn't you get off your assets and go get it? But again, that's up to you as you play the game to win. So if we look at different locations, and what we're looking at is, understand, these are ran by management companies. You don't see a guy who buys a Wendy's and runs a damn restaurant or a Jack in the Box, do you? No, hell no. It's a management company. My system helps find locations all the time. This is where you can get to start making some money on a monthly basis. What? Free up your time, and cash flow free up your time. The goal is simple. Again, you're probably 40, 45, 50, 70 years old, and you're probably disappointed. You played it safe. You basically never took the chance. And your time is priceless since you only have 50 years left before you're dead. We're running out of time. Damn. We're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. You got 50 years left and you're dead. You want to make sure those 50 years are better than the first 50 that you screwed up 10 times? It's up to you. I can show you how to play the game to win. We can look at you today, and I'll bet you most of you are not very happy 100%. You're not where you want to be, and it's your own fault, and you followed stupid. You're not stupid. You follow people doing stupid. You listen to other people. So let's understand what happens every day. You waste $50 every other day. You do. So that's $700 a month. Now let's understand. If I take $50,000 on this card, it is $6,226. So for what you piss away, you could finance a business and write it off every single day. But again, that's up to you. Learning to play the game using corporate credit. So let's take a picture right here. This is the kind of business I've done for 47 years. Boring and steady, boring and steady. That's just what I like. I don't want to be rich, but I haven't had a paycheck for 33 years. I get to drive company cars. And the company I work for worth millions and billions. But not me. I'm just going to donate my time. So let's play. Let's look at an apartment complex. Let's say you want to go get one of these. Okay. It makes sense. No problem at all. They want $3 million for this. A little too pricey there. But let's see what we're going to do. They want 10% down, maybe going to DSRC loan, maybe seller finance, all these different ways to go get it. No problem. Here we're going to get this property. Now here's the thing. You get one loan, okay, because you got it from what? Seller finance or a loan, okay? So I got one loan. That's a division. If you let the corporation do it, you're stupid. When one slips and falls and sues the corp, they sue you. A division, guess what you get to do? Protect you and the corporation. So division process once again. What happens here after we do that, we got to realize something. After the loan is paid, we collect the rents, we have a leftover of $13,452. Sounds great. Now most people go, I'm rich. No, you're not. You're being stupid. See, all right, what you have coming in is not enough. It's not enough. We have to suck out the equity to get another one. Again, by division. But you're not going to be done. I'm never going to say you're done until you're done my way. See, equity sitting on an investment property is stupid. Equity being leveraged into more property and more money makes more sense. Again, that's how you build an empire and a legacy. If we did what I want you to do and split these units, that means we're going to do assignment of mortgage. Write it down. You might even be using a deed of trust assignment of rents to protect the equities before somebody sues you and kind of screws you up. The assignment of mortgage allows you to convert it into a mortgage. Here you become the bank. See, the tenant can slip and fall and sue the corporation or the division. The reality is if it becomes a what? Assignment of mortgage, then we reverse the liability. They can't sue. We can sue them if they don't pay. So we have to understand every time we do anything different or something new, someone's going to try to take it away or try to take it from us. Always pretend someone's trying to steal your shit. That's how I've done it all my life. See, when I was a little kid, I was 8.5 years old, I sold seeds, clackers, and mowed yards. All weekend I worked my tail off. And that family I lived with are shitty people. I came home to count my $52 on the kitchen table. Lady comes and grabs my money, says, "You're paying rent." What the? I'm 8 years old, I'm paying rent. Are you freaking kidding me? They're getting money from the state federal government, they're paying rent. See, my thing is when I have a problem, I find a solution. Your problem is you ask a bunch of ding-dongs, they don't know what they're really doing anyway. And you have an idea, they interrupt you, tell you to do it, and they've done nothing anyway. So let's understand something. I went to the library. My goal is to figure out how do I protect money? Savings bonds, that work for me. I bonds, double E bond, check them out. Let's say we take Freddie Mac. Here's 8 apartment complexes, areas. What are we going to do? Maybe we're going to look at the DSCR loans. We'll Google that later today. Now, I'm lucky. I get seller finance. I'm getting 94% financing, 100%. Get the seller to carry back. And from there, I'm getting basically one thing, $100,000 per 20 units. I get $100,000 per 20 units as we do these things. So let's understand what is our ultimate goal. As we're doing this, for instance, we have a facility in Texas right now. We're converting a Hyatt into basically townhouses for military and people that come in there. And the city's given $1,700 a month for each unit. And that's only 110 units. You see, getting money to fix it up. So let's understand, I'm getting $100,000 for every 20 units. So there's 60 units. How much am I getting? 300,000. Your problem with you take that 300,000, put it in the bank, and you basically fix the property and spend the money. Me, I'm going to reference 3 times 5. So write it down, reference 3 times 5. By doing that, the bank's going to give me $4.4 million because when I reference 3, it looks like 300,000 times 5, it's 4.4 million by the time I'm done. I'm going to use borrow money off the money they gave me to basically leverage it into more money and never run out of money. Most people run out of the money. So then I'm going to basically convert it all into assignment of mortgage and become the bank. That makes sense to me. But again, maybe I can get you to listen a little bit too. So this is goodies. I like goodies, my trophies. This is only $500 million of goodies, by the way. Let's go get some more. All right, because that's half the fun. So God's gift, the mansion in the harbor. I had a problem. I have properties on all 5 islands in Huntington Harbor. But I got 3 race boats, 1 Duffy, 2 race boats, and a bunch of Sea-Doos, and they're spread out everywhere. What a friggin' mess. I had to remember why I left it last. It said, this is crazy stuff. So I had to get the largest U-dock because I needed to put all the goodies in the backyard, the yachts and the race boats. The Duffy was for the wife because I get to take her to Captain Jack's on Friday or Saturday, go over to Captain Jack's for steak and lobster or prime rib. See, again, it takes money to get honey. So it's like the $100 million building, the Lamborghini. I like Lamborghinis, don't you? And the helicopters. So I accomplished my goals because I never stopped fighting the pain until I reach it. That's just me hitting my head that night. Ow. If you can touch it, you can kick it. I hit it with the light in my foot too. And from there, when the Guinness Book of Records guy came out, the only thing you could say is, "Where's the wires?" He kind of pissed me off. So I kicked at the lights. That's only 13 feet. Not possible, huh? All right. So no matter what we do, we can accomplish our goal. Now, research after my coma in 2009, Grandpa, I realized he was Coach Bishop. All right. Roosevelt High, Coach Bishop, movie after him. He won Olympics in 1932. Maybe that's why I could jump so high. Who knows? We can run in the family. But my grandpa looks like he's a gangster. Hell, doesn't he look like from the 30s? That could be Al Capone for all you know. But again, the word no doesn't mean no. See, you accept no, and I don't accept it. I think that just they're stupid and get out of my way. So it's like my specialty classes I have every Saturday, okay, in rotation, because you got to learn how to play the game. Now, treading water, playing it safe is what most people do. Here's 5 things I'd like you to write down. Could you do that for yourself, please? These, by the way, are must-haves. I'm going to help you build to a 750 score. Now, I can guarantee it, since I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, that basically from TRW became a Experian, I was behind the scenes. Corp, divisions, $100,000 million of credit, checkbook money, supply and vendor money. This is a must-have, and you have to understand if you want to get to millionaire. Next thing is if you have a corporation, goody for you. I don't think you'll learn daily squat. I think the problem is if you have one, I'm going to ask, why don't you have $100,000, $2 million of cash credit? Because you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I understand that. If you don't have a corp, I'll hand you one for free. You'll pay your filing fee. We're going to stop bringing the pain home. We're going to put our ducks in a row, and I'm going to repackage you my way, because I believe your way sucks, in my opinion. So what do we get to do? Let's give an example. This is Glenn. Glenn lived in his car for 3 years. Pinto car. Wife left him. He broke when he lost his job, broke his heart. Blah. Nobody cares. There's a better woman for you, Glenn. Brand new company, $1 million a year, house, truck. Is that good? Then I take people as an example like Freeway Dickie Ross. Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross, $3 million of credit. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. So what is my goal? Is to show you that anybody could do my program if you follow through, but you're stuck with me every step of the way. I got no excuses, neither do you. Thomas, within 6 months, had $5 million dump truck business. So Michael, God rest his soul. From there, we have Arnold. We have President of the United States of America, Incorporated. No, Fishborn, he's nice, but mama sweeter. All right, Clinton, he had a little trouble, and I did a corporation for his girlfriend, too. And you know what? I did 2 corps for Ronald Reagan years ago. Nancy kept saying, just say no. I started Teach Our Children, became the DARE program, and it's fun. See, we got choices to play. How about basic, Kevin Costner? How about Giovanni for Pixar? How about college professor, Biola University? How about Superman Gold Stem? Kurt Cobain? How about I got her $1 million too in her little videos as well? See, my point is everybody can do this program and get to millionaire to billionaire. If they can do it, so can you. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels too. I believe your problem is you. Okay, sorry, don't take it personally. You sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family. You're going to start a business, honey, and you're going to say, let's jack up the cards. Let's drop the score. Let's get stuck so I can't get any more. Let's hawk her house, bring the pain to me and the family and being stupid. Well, that's what you did. It's just the truth. Now let's do what happens. I wrote the rules and tools a long time ago. Every credit card you have needs a sticky. So every card needs a sticky behind the card. We dummy proof this, because sometimes we're like a bunch of dummies. Limit a card 10,000, 25%, 2,500. So I wrote and designed the 29% rule that all your creditors and your dashboards use today. Now, I was suing Credit Karma during the pandemic because they said 42% that was wrong. It's 29%. I'll show you that as well. So what happens is you brought the pain home, which you never had to, because you follow ducks and sheep. We're going to change that starting today. So let's understand, all right, all cards, write down fluctuate. All cards fluctuate, but 2. That means when you use it past 29%, you're on plop. All right, if you stay in that sweet spot, you're good. Then your excuse will be, I hadn't lost my job, got an emergency. I'm going to say knock off the crap. These 2 cards don't fluctuate at all. American Express and Gold cards and Platinums are unlimited up to $1 million and a paid overtime limit. They don't fluctuate as long as you maintain the payment. So you jacked up the wrong damn card. That's on you. My way, you maintain a 750 forever. You don't screw it up. You screwed it up. Why didn't you learn the rules and tools? No one taught you? Hell, I've been teaching and preaching for 47 years. Where you been? We're going to learn Ray's rules and tools since I helped set up the system in the first place. Now, the next thing is you have to go to irs.gov. I need you to open an account for your credit for you. irs.gov, you're going to see your tax returns. Make sure you're always current. They're in charge. They're in charge. When you're irs.gov, I want you to download a couple forms. SS4, 1044. Write them both down. Now, a creditor is going to send you a form called 4506T or C. All right, be prepared for it. Remember, we're going to plan the problem. They want to make sure you're not using a CPN, consumer private numbers. That's witness protection, and that's government people. Not someone to rip off their creditors and do it again and again. Now, here's me, all right, literally 15 years ago. Doesn't matter, I'm worth through the corporate structure $3.7 billion. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. We took a group of people to watch the fireworks, no problem. And the next day I'm in a coma. One of my clients said, stay away from boats and fireworks. So I call that my oh shit day. We all have oh shit days. So let's plan the problem and let's be prepared. I had my 3 divisions of me and my 5 closet divisions so I can get back on my feet. I planned the problem. Here's clients that are in my basically 6 o'clock class on Saturday or 4:30 in the afternoon. 6 o'clock private class is $3 million of credit. 4:30 in the afternoon, you usually have 7+. So I get them in the same kind of business as I like. And what do they create to do? Cash flow, free up your time. $26,000 a month starting. That's not too bad. From there, we get to the next client, and what do we look at? $35,000. Again, it could be your turn next if you want. Next client, we do the same things I do. It makes sense, automatic and auto income. And we get to the point we get $96,000 a month. The ultimate goal is an income, not to be rich. Okay, what is the corporation? It's in front of you, Chapter 18. It's a legal person. It's right here. I'm not here to be CPA and attorney. But it also says may sue or be sued. So remember, if you have a corporation today, anybody can look online and see you and your name, officer's list. You probably use home address anyway. And then when they sue it, they sue you. You're the only voice. You have no choice. A corporation should only do 4 things. Again, these are Ray's rules. Buffer tax, no tax due till we're profitable. Corporate credit, hell, let's go get $3 million. Have some fun. Buy a car at fleet price. And we have to stay at the hotel, get a free buffet. Now, here's a division. See, when you roll the dice as a corporation liability, when they sue it, they sue you. A division doesn't have your name on it. It's a line of defense. They're cheap. There are multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports. And we get to separate liability on real estate. So let's understand. What I want to get you to do is to have the line of defense. If you have an oh shit day, it's a division. You're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and put it over here. Under Federal Protection Act, if you can't save it, you're going to bankrupt the piece, like 11 cities or grocery stores or banks do every day in front of you. In other words, you're going to understand what we get to play like the big boys and girls do. So understand under the corporate umbrella. Now, the next one we have to think about is the problem. Who guarantees the credit card, the franchise, or the property? This means you'll need 2 divisions, all right, to do anything in the future. One to receive it, one to guarantee it instead of being you. A division of you with tax ID can guarantee almost anything. Your problem is you like being the duck or sheep, or you don't know any better. So again, who's the duck? Shouldn't be you. Okay, now listen very carefully. Since I showed you a corporation is a legal person, every corp can get $150,000 line of credit, checkbook money, and then basically a blueprint for $250,000 up to that. So literally that's $400,000 cash credit just off lines of credit and blueprint money. Then if we take a credit card, maybe it's one of these, and we want to multiply it. So if it's unlimited up to $1 million in payroll time limit, could we not modify that? So every division has a bucket of money. What does a bucket of money give us? One card all right, it ends up being $1 million of credit. See, this is called daisy chaining. Don't worry, I invented that as well. So the goal for you is to never bring the pain home. So a division, you're going to have to scratch your head and decide what you want to do. In other words, if you say you want to do basically a laundromat, dry cleaning, and car wash, you'll need basically 18 divisions, 9 to receive it, multiply the credit, and 9 to guarantee it. If you understand this, this means we're going to have literally up to $1 million of credit by the time we're done. If you look at a storage unit, it's 36. You look at an apartment complex, it's 72. What you have to realize is you have to get ready for next year. Divisions and corporations, the moment they're filed, is their birth date. And then they're aging. Banks just want them to be 2 years old. And that's phenomenal when we have to be what? How year old to get credit? So again, I want you to understand how to position yourself correctly. In my books 30 years ago, here's a corp, here's a division, 3, 2, and 1 more. This is how I created up to literally $16 million of credit using the divisions by themselves. And then I got to $53 million of credit cards. So understand, a division, my dashboard I set up in 87 when I'm training Ken Yarborough, TRW became Experian. It's all tax ID based. I can start a credit file for you or a corporation or division under tax ID instantly, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. I can add history, pop credit. So again, if you ever want a division through me, they're $4.99 each. Okay, 3 for $14.97. You can get 3 for $9.99, 9 for $24.99. So understand right now, tonight, during this broadcast, you're going to get double, 6 for $9.99, 18 for $24.99. That way they're filed, set up, and they're aging, and each one of them are entitled to up to $150,000 of credit as long as they get to be 2 years old. Again, we multiply credit. Take a picture of this page. Understand when the banks bought Zelle, July 6, 2022. That's why they closed the locations they don't need anymore. Zelle is Ray at raisecredit.com. You just put RW because when you Zelle, you want people to know some Ray's webinar. And then it shows Ray Reynolds recipient. That's called Zelle. Now, let's understand today. If we do this correctly, here's a corporation, here's a division 100. Each division you set up is allowed to have babies, just like we have babies. So 100 now has 101 A, B, and C. What does this do? Every division has its own credit files. Every division can get up to $1 million of credit. So you're multiplying money and credit and daisy chaining it. That means you get to have as much money as you want. You'll be able to finance the dream and write it all off. So again, the goal is to daisy chain credit. So let's understand something today. Division, division, division is liable, not the corporate, not you. So if we did this correctly, what I did in my first book called Buckets of Money, I took on my problem I had, it's very simple. I had $53 million of credit cards and they're shrinking my limits. It's scaring the crap out of me. I don't want them. I worked my butt off. When I started helping hand at 9.5, I got 100,000 in the mail. Why do I want it to go away? No. So I created a book called Buckets of Money. This is where I took literally 41 divisions, 4.6 million, 18 months, 1998, and I created 190,000 a month. This is what helped me create cash flow for you per time. The more money I loaned out, the more money I brought in. So I made basically cash flow for my time, and that's why I did it. The assets behind that were $1.1 billion, and that's the ultimate goal, to create 190,000 a month. So again, we can all do this. If you want, you get the book, or I'll do it with you or for you. That's how it works. So as we play this game, keep in mind my next matrix in Buckets of Money was taking 16 million. I had 53 million. I didn't want to lose the credit and the money. I wanted to keep it. It took me a long time to build it. This got 661,000 a month. Again, every division should be known as a what? A bucket of money. Because the reality is, understand, you're a bucket of money because you have social and you have credit reports. But you're also a pain in the ass when you bring the pain home. Corporation's a bucket of money. Each division's a bucket of money. How many buckets you want? So the reality is, as long as they have their own credit file, We can build as much credit as you want to with no intent to do fraud. Now, the radio show, already nationwide as it is on Sirius and network and all this other stuff. Next year, I got a TV show coming up. So basically, they wanted me to get some footage. So let's understand today. Last chance is for you. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to have a 3-day event we call the Summit. It's a boot camp. You're stuck with me in person or online. So this is where you might want to spend $2,000 to $5,000 to play with me personally. This means I'm going to just redesign you my way. So we're going to leverage money into more money. Borrow money is not taxable. When I created the Ray Reynolds University, 22,000 square foot building, Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive, it was great. I got to the point we did $1 million a day. Then I got to die in a coma. All right, had a no shit day. Kind of sucks. But that happens to all of us. Didn't matter, it's worth $3.7 billion through corporate structure. Now, my first series, again, it was basically winning the game of business 47 years ago from my company called Repackage in America. Again, page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow for you per time. So if you want to get to Millionaire, I designed it in a book, 12 books, CDs, so you can actually learn step by step and do it on your own. You can go to the workshops with me. So again, it's called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. Now let's understand, I sold that at the Bonaventure, Los Angeles, downtown, all right, for 32 years, every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. I'm probably one of the most verified people you can find on planet Earth. There I am in that coma. See, after taking the people on the fireworks to watch the fireworks that night on one of the yachts, here I am the next day. My wife calls the office and talks to Ron. Instead of Ron coming to see if I'm okay, he drives a U-Haul truck to the office, steal books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, wants to find the highest bidder to buy my phone numbers on my websites. I have 50 million people in a database. By the way, all right, he sold it to a porn site. Never call the phone number on the CD, please. My point is, the people around you, who do you really trust? If you ever want to copy the Millionaire's Founders Kit, the office sells it for $599. If it was done during a live webinar with me, it's $299 because I don't have to pay them a commission or a base or a bonus. If you don't do it through here, you will pay $499. Or if not, you're just not going to get it. From here, let's understand these 3-day events. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This means we're going to tear it apart. We're going to take the Millionaire's Founders Kit apart step by step. And what you're going to do is understand how to play the game. 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, I accomplished my goals. I'd like you to reach the highest goals you've ever had. So write down October 25th, 26th, 27th. You're stuck with me in person or online. This is very simple to reach your highest goal ever. From there, the real estate system or financial system. If you ever want those, the office is $1,000. Me, I do it for $499 because again, I don't get a paycheck. I don't need a commission, all that stuff. So if you did it during a live event, you get to save some money. Very simple. Next day, which will be Saturday, we're going to tear apart real estate. We're going to create divisions for entities in real estate and create a line of defense and the buckets of money. And that's our goal, to leverage as much as we can. Day 3, we're going to go to Sunday financial series. All right, and literally buckets of money, tax balancing, become the bank. I didn't do one of these this year. I wasn't planning to, but now I need footage for the TV show. So the reality is it's an opportunity to listen and learn online or in person. So let's do this right now. Let's take a picture of the 4 levels to get you in there. Again, if the books are $1,500 by themselves, if you did $19.99, all right, you get $10,000 in credit, the books and the CDs, if you don't already have them. Level 1, 2, and 3 after the boot camp, because you want to ask me questions of all the things you're learning. Every time we try to do something, there's questions to ask and answer, and that's pretty important. Now tonight, if you Zelle this tonight or call the office right away, $2,999. You did the $3,000 package, I'm going to give you $100,000 in credit, which normally goes for $10,000 by itself, and all the goodies and the books and CDs. But that's it tonight or not at all. Simple. There's your Zelle. Keep in mind, I look at people like this. This is ridiculous. I was 3 years old being used and abused, eating out of a trash can. I know what it's like. This guy's pathetic. Why? All he's got to do is drive an Uber, Lyft, and have a garage sale. Go to the church for the food for the kids. Hey, I came out of a coma losing $3.7 billion of corporate structure. I told my wife flat out, take me to Mark's place. His family owns Jewelry Mark off the freeway. I come out of the coma. I lost it all. They stole it all. What am I going to do? I go in with my oxygen tank. Had to walk around for 11 months with that. All right, my wife, I come back to the car. She says, where's your wedding ring? Your rose. Honey, they're being cleaned. I lied to my wife. I lied to her the day if I had to protect her. It's my job. I took my 3 divisions of me and my 5 closet divisions. See, the number 8 means a lot to me. I was born on the 8th, 8 and 0 to infinity beyond. My race cars, my motorcycles, and my race boats all have the number 8 on them. I took and created $1 million of credit in 6 damn weeks. I don't stay down like you, and I don't know why you do it. I bought my wife her next dream house. See, this is your backup for a backup that you didn't pay attention to, but then that's on you. Today, I'd like you to write down driver's license, insurance, registration. See, you're highly intelligent, but the problem is you get pulled over by the police officer in a bumpity bump, you keep giving your home address out. Would you please stop that? I call that stupid. Under the Privacy Act, like in California, we're allowed to use P.O. Box. It's none of their damn business where I live. And that stranger that bumped your car on purpose, they're probably going to follow you home. So do yourself a favor. Here's the problem with most of you. You come see me when you screwed it all up after the fact because you listen to a bunch of ding-dongs and dummies about motivation bullshit. That's just my opinion. Here's Mary. Mary married her 3rd grade sweetheart. She works as a VP of Apple, $250,000 a year. Mary wanted to use him basically when to start a restaurant. Grandma taught her how to cook. Well, that sounds good. She's got 2 dogs, a cat, and a fish. Surprised the cat didn't eat the fish. But here's the problem with Mary. She gave $10,000 to her attorney. He's going to look at the leases. She gave $5,000 to the CPA. He's going to look at the books. Oh, goody. She used basically $98,000 of her personal credit. She had an 800. She dropped it down to a 510. Pop. She calls on, what did I do? What's the response? Typical. I don't know shit. Your CPAs and attorneys have no idea how to be an entrepreneur. Now, Mary's problem is her restaurant failed. This stupid attorney had her guarantee the lease for 10 years. And then the tax attorney as well. So let's understand. Bankrupt the restaurant. She signed the lease and guaranteed it. Who do you think is going to sue her and screw her up? The landlord. She lost her house. Her husband divorced her 3 weeks later. See, the problem with people is they bring the pain home and they never had to. The problem is they're not listening to me. But again, what can I say? For the ultimate goal. You got to stop bringing the damn pain home and be a true CFO. All right, money-making machine. But again, that's on you. Maybe you want to sell supply and vendor credit in Amazon store or eBay. Okay, let's use OPM money. I started that in the 70s. Let's get Dun & Bradstreet. What do we have to do? Take a picture here. Let's say you have backed all your personal credit up and you're all stuck, which sucks. Take a picture. Under a corporation, supply credit gets turned into cash. In other words, you can take that and go here and balance your debt. There's a solution for problems. And that's where I come in. I find solutions for every problem you could ever probably have. Again, this became $51,000 of credit. So maybe that Amazon and eBay thing, that's what you want to do. So let's think today. All right, I believe you had some money. You spent it and you pissed it away and you broke the next day. 10,000, 5,000, 100,000, whatever. If I take and get you 100,000 on a card, and these are 150s, lines of credit, and we take $100,000 personal or business. Personally, you'll have 8 to 10 cards, 10,000 each. That's 100,000 for safety. That means you use 29%. If you have an oh shit day, you got 71,000 to bail your butt out with. You don't bring the pain home because that's called stupid. Corporate credit, cash credit. Let's take that 100,000. Let's play my way. I want to rebuild you. That's what I'm going to do if you allow me to do that and you do follow through. Then I'm going to go after the green spark card. Unlimited to 100,000. They have 2 sisters for 30. That's 160. If we have 9 divisions and 160,000 in credit, We could daisy chain it times 9. There's $1 million, right? B of A, Wells Fargo, Chase, Gold. At this point, we'd want to go over to the bank where they get bridge the gap. They give a line of credit to 150. As long as you have a 2-year corp and 2-year division, they can line you up. These are my 5 favorites. This could be up to $5.4 million of credit. And borrow money is not taxable. That's how you grow a business. And divisions allow you to use projections up to $1 million. Again, it's your choice. The million-dollar maker, let's understand that. A corporation with 3 divisions projects $1 million in sales. It's allowed to as a business plan. Next, I'm allowed in my system, because I'm an affiliate to creditors, that I can get you American Express Platinum, all right, and Gold simultaneously, or basically divisions, or basically division or employee cards, like I popped several today as well. So again, would you like the Platinum? Would you like division or employee cards? Would you like the Gold? Now we're going to basically look at banks for the corporation, and we're going to look at Wells Fargo, for instance, like a Chase, because they have a 30-day 1 CD, 31-day CD. Okay, now listen carefully. If we reference 3, listen carefully, we reference 3 by filling out an application. $75,000 in the bank, CD, line of credit. This is an example I did for Gerald, who's the head of a mega church in Los Angeles. U.S. Bank, I got him $100,000 in credit. We didn't want to tie it up. We did the 75. That became a reference at 225. They gave him 1.25 million. So if we use borrowed money, all right, to grow the business, we don't run out of money. Most people run out of money. So the reality is, from 1,000 to 75,000, what are we going to do? We're going to take borrow money, corporate credit, and buy the lifetime income, which is real estate and franchise, because that way you basically an investor. From there, if you needed 100,000 tonight just by itself, it's simple. We usually charge $10,000, 10%. So $100,000 by itself tonight, it's very simple. It is $4,999. Be better off getting the boot camp. From here, the 50,000, usually 5,000, discounted is $29.99. If you only wanted 25,000 to start with to play with, then usually it's 2,500. We give it away literally for $14.99. It is a Zelle payment, or you call the office at 800-254-9506. What is the goal again? Make your money, make a machine. What do we do? Maybe you want to invest in something I'm doing. I have 941 goals I'm working on right now, between my books and everything else I'm in the process of doing. $100 million building, the $1 million Lamborghini. Here's the keys to that one. It's simple. And I always put, like the RayBronesUniversity.com on the side of the doors and the windows. Maybe you're going to get a part of Faizuli's Colombian Coffees. Okay, prototype, $96,000 in a weekend. We can play with this way. It's an idea. You could actually play with me too. We take the locations. This is where you can invest $5,000. Literally, you can invest $10,000 and $50,000. This gives you an income, is all it does. So basically, payouts are from $2,000 to $8,500 a month. And you own a piece of a restaurant, and you just stay the hell out of my way and do my thing. Remember, borrow money is not taxable. That's kind of fun. You get to Zelle or use a card. Now you get to charge you 5% for the card. Again, what do? Payouts come out in March of next year. So we take a division. If we partner in this one here, all right, I'm going to own 75%. You're going to own 5 to 20%. So we take that division, we dissect it. Okay, my corporation is 4. Yours is going to be 4A. What do we get to do? So you're getting 5 to 20% that location, and I'm getting the rest, 75%. We partner up. All you're doing is buying an income. And then you stay out of my way, let me do it. If you want to be bought out, we buy you out. I've done this with clients since 1987, making millionaires and billionaires. You get a certificate of ownership. That fee, if you wanted to partner in one of those, it's a Zelle, or a credit card. All right, again, you can always email me if you want to use a card. So you don't have your time. I don't think you do. I think your problem is you have this routine and you're not finding me time getting up earlier. And the reality is you haven't freed up your time. That's why I wrote in my books 47 years ago, all right, free up your time. All right, cash flow, free up your time. Because that was important to me, my time. So this again is the business I would tell you to go into. But again, if you like, I'll do it with you or for you. Again, drive around the city, look at these things, ask yourself a question. Why don't you own them? Somebody does. It might as well be you. Again, if you're in a coaching program, then you're stuck with me. Your case file's in my office, and we're on the phone every week. We're taking that goal list, and I'm giving you rules and tools to reach every goal you've ever had. From there, the goal for me is to interview everybody. You call the call center, that's great. What you're going to find out is they're going to say 3 to 6 months and a bonus credit, whatever they're going to give you. When I get to blueprint you, I can actually narrow that down to about 90 days or less. But again, the blueprint is past, present, and future. Good, bad, and ugly. Tax lien bankruptcy, you had any problems? You ever mess up with Chase or American Express? Next, we look at family, corporation divisions. We have to look at irrevocable trust because we have to plan to die too. Car, house, auto income, cash flow for you per time. An hour on the phone with me to blueprint you will narrow down the time and a blueprint and a plan to accomplish with you. If you're basically, I want your partner in life on that phone call with me. So what happens is I charge $1,000 for you and your partner on the phone for an hour. Okay, so I can set up that blueprint for you so I can start giving the rules and tools and the steps. Now, here's the businesses I like once again. I always took money from the credit in the corporation because I didn't put any money in it. Why would I do that? I took $40,000 off of a car in line of credit. I bought basically a car wash, a laundromat, a dry cleaning. Gave me up to $10,000 a month. $100,000 like a storage unit. Real estate might be, storage unit, something like this. Might be an apartment complex for $250 down. What am I looking for? Boring and steady. So again, think about being an investor as I build you the credit to invest. And let me guide you every step of the way. And don't run it, just own it. Become the bank. So again, if you wanted to play with me for 6 weeks, in the beginning, we have to do the blueprint call. We have to do that for an hour. All right, from there, basically 25,000 in credit. We got to put you in a rapid refresh. We got to put you in all the classes to keep learning and ask questions every step of the way, even the specialty classes. This is billed at $11,596. Tonight, it would be yours if you did it for $49.99. Now you're stuck with me for 6 weeks. That is a Zelle payment again. Now, let's think you want basically 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. This is where we're going to get to millionaire status. That would be the ultimate goal. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What is our goal? 10,000, 100,000 a month. So we're partnering to do something. And what happens is my time and your investment, we get to accomplish the goal. Weekly analyzation, calls, classes, and rapid rescore. What is our ultimate goal? Dealing with your creditors, increasing your limits, using your projections, get on the phone, daisy chain the credit, and increasing limits all the time. So our ultimate goal for you, if you wanted 3 months of coaching, it's $8,000. But on top of that, I'm going to build you another $100,000 of credit. That way it kind of pays for itself even more. If you wanted 6 months, it's $15,000. And then based on building you $150,000. If you wanted a year's worth, all right, it's $30,000. And what happens is now I'm building you $300,000 of credit. I won't be doing coaching next year for new clients. I have my junior and senior coaches that'll do that for me. If you're in it this year, then you're stuck until we're done with that coaching period. Now, during the coaching time, I'm going to want you to think about now $5 to $10 million. Usually that's always storage in apartment complexes. I'm going to want you to think about blueprint loans and bridge loans. Because what happens is, let's say I build you too much credit. You got to put something in escrow, or you have to buy something, or you have to basically, I always tell you to basically put it in a bucket of money. It's a blueprint loan. So anywhere from 12 months, doubling the money on a card for $5,000. And that's the ultimate goal. how I started basically cash flow fee per time was loaning out the money I had in the credit because they were shrinking my limits. That's where it came from. Again, these are the business I would like to focus on with you or for you. Again, we can work together getting it all done. Remember, my location system, I charge people $25,000 each location. If you're in coaching, your fee is $5,000. So again, we can find locations you can decide on. Not I'm going to buy them anyway. Now we set that piece and understand, if we're doing coaching and I build it up for you and we're using the credit I built you, now this is where you get 75%. I get 25%. But again, I'm going to get that location for you and step up and get you the keys. But then I like to do it my way anyway, because I want to do this to get you to millionaire status. Been doing that since 1987. We get a certificate of ownership. That's a Zelle if you want me to find your location for you. Again, if you want to use a card, you just email me you want to use a card, or you call 800-254-9506. Now, if you want to get to the 6 o'clock or 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturdays, these are millionaire groups. The goal is we want to get more credit. Stellar Bank, Chase, American Express have specialty loans for $250. That would make sense. But again, let's say you don't have your tax returns in order, or you don't show $100,000 a month, and you want to partner with me. If we partner together, what do we get to do? I get to use my tax returns and my bank accounts on your behalf to go get the blueprint loan from Chase, Stellar Bank, or American Express, which would be kind of fun too. But again, we have to partner to do that in writing so it's legit. Okay, so if I did that and connected the dots, I charge $5,000 to use my account to partner up with that. And then when I get you up to $250, I charge 10% for what I obtain for you. You get to pay on the back end. I look at American Express blueprint loans are nice. Again, we position up to the $250. They tend to want $100,000 in and out of your bank account on a monthly base. I have many that can do that as well. If we were to loan this out, all right, that's $55,000 a month just on borrow money, loaning it out. Again, another source of income. When we look at American Express and we look at the Platinum card, that's their gateway for the blueprint loan. You log in and you see the word blueprint right next to the card. But again, they need $100,000 in and out to get you up to the highest level you can for the $250. If you have it, great, do it on your own. If you don't, I can help guide you and we can partner up together. Each division can do this again and again, which means you can multiply it up to about $2.5 million. That'll give you the money to finance any business you want and get cash flow for you per time that I designed in my system 47 years ago. Once again, if we did that, the fee is $4,999, $5,000 to do that, and then I charge basically 10% on the back end of the credit card I got you to, and we just take it out of the card before we transfer it to the line of credit to you. Again, this is your choice as well. The goal is to give you many options to be able to see where you want to go so we don't get stuck anywhere. Getting stuck sucks. So that fee for that banking and connection of that partnership, or it'd be Zelle or partner up. From there again, email or call 800-254-9506. The goal here is to understand, you have to look around you today, the Chase Bank, the Wells Fargo, the B of A, the US Bank, cities, groceries, they bankrupt locations, they take the assets right up on their taxes. Corporation with 3 divisions of you give you 3 chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. I mean, come on. All right, there's no other way to do this besides this. And I created all this years ago, and I've been helping millions of people to do it every day. But again, what is your goal? Stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Really look behind that curtain to become millionaire status. Corporate structure is the key to all of it, but it's up to you. All I know is God gave me the ability to have the whole pie, and every business I ever started became $100 million. Since I was basically 4 years old, everything I touch turns to gold. The difference is I have been, I guess, is the example for people. Stay safe, stay strong. I do my best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. There's a phone number to the office right now. All right, I would suggest every one of you make sure you're going to that 3-day summit this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in person or online. It's the only one I'm doing this year, and it's probably the last one I'm going to do with the TV show coming up next year. So I would suggest get into it. I offer something tonight, $29.99, 100,000 credit, and all those things too. If you don't do it, I'm sorry. You might have just let the greatest opportunity pass you by. 800-254-9506. Just remember, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.